Welcome to this episode of Formula on the 11th of February. Let's go on with the questions. Question 1 says things about the season. What does it mean to me? Do I keep up to date, etc., or do you wait to see the start of the season in Australia? For the most part, I wait for the start of the season in Australia because you don't quite know what everyone's running until you get to the first season. I do keep an eye out though, just to see if someone's made a monumental mistake in their design. Nice to see what the new cars look like before they sort of become, if you like, these are the beta versions, if you like, for want of a better word, the testing versions, like you would have a testing bit of software, and then when you get into the first race, it's the actual release version, which keeps getting updated. If you're a bit of a software geek, you wouldn't like that. But for the most part, I wait for Australia. I do pay some attention to it, mostly for Williams, see how they're doing. But mostly I just wait for Australia because that's the only time you'll ever really know what's going on. Question 2: it's been announced that Luis Razia will partner Max Chilton at Marussia. What is your view on their decision of 2 rookies on the team? Well, to be honest, it's a back market team, so I would expect there to just be rookies. That's what HRT should really have been doing last year. They should have just been a team where the rookies came and cut the teeth, and if they got a fantastic result like Mark Webber getting a point at the Minardi when he started, that's where it should be. Because a lot of the great drivers, maybe, but certainly a lot of drivers have cut the teeth in a poor team, like Vettel cut his team in Toro Rosso, which is just Minardi a few years down the line. Webber cut his teeth in a Minardi. Alonso cut his teeth in a Minardi. I think Jensen was fortunate to go to Williams for when he started. But it's no different to some people. Like a few years ago, a lot of people you'd start in a Jordan or you'd start in a Minardi. You need to start at the back in order to work your way forward. So in actual fact, on that basis, it's a good match. So on that basis, it's a good match. It's a good thing to do. But considering they've got curves for the first time, I would have thought they would have at least had someone, even if it was just a technical advisor, who had used curves before. I think it's a Williams unit, so I don't know whether they've got a Williams tie-in or not, because obviously Cosworth don't make a curve unit. The Cosworth curves on the FW33 that was built by Williams from scratch. So I don't know whether there's a Williams tie-in now or not, but oh well. And then in the other incredible lack of news about Force India, they're still yet to confirm their second driver, who would be the best fit for the team. Well, I think until he signed, my bet, or I would have liked to have seen until he signed for Aston Martin in the World Endurance Series, I would have liked to have seen Bruno Senna there, because he's done. Granted, he could have got some better performances in the Williams, but that said, having most of his practice sessions sort of taken away from him for Bottas, it's not entirely. I don't think Bruno didn't quite get a fair crack of the whip last year. I would like to see him get a crack of the whip where he didn't lose his seat to another driver in the practice, so he could have gone from start to finish. The Force India is quite a good car, so in some places it can actually put out a remarkably fantastic result, a bit like Jordan could a few years ago. Every once in a while, Jordan would be popping up the grid, or be in the midfield, and every once in a while they'd suddenly be miles up the grid. And that's what Force India is, so I think Bruno would have done well there. Because he's now at the World Endurance Series, it's tough because do Force India need to go for money, or do they just want speed? Now, if they want money, someone like Karun Chandhok would be best at, not because he's a paid driver, but because it's an Indian team and he's an Indian driver. That would be a great way to get more money in for the team. That said, not that said, I'd also like to see Karun get a decent crack in a good team, because I think he would have been good. He would have been fantastic for PR. But if they don't want to go down that route, I think Heikki Kovalainen, get him back out of the bottom field, get him sort of working his way back up the field. He'd give Force India some decent technical direction. So I think he would have been fantastic in the Force India COVID. So it depends. In short, I would have instead he signed for Aston Martin, it would have been Bruno Senna. But I would say Chandhok or Kovalainen would have been fantastic at Force India. And the bonus question: since the first official test is held at Jerez, which does not hold Grand Prix, if the first test was moved locations to one of the tracks on the 2013 calendar, where would you hold it and why? It's similar to the Force India question, since do you want to go for money making or money saving, or do you just want to go for decent scenery? Money saving, if you want to go money making, money saving, move it to Silverstone. Money saving, a lot of the teams are based in the UK, not far for them to travel. Play the green card, play saving the planet, sorted. Then you can also charge fans admission to the track. You could Silverstone makes some more money, keeps it on the calendar for many more years. Also gives them more money to develop their facilities. I would probably stick with Silverstone on that. The only problem is the weather, the British weather. They'll probably turn it to the first test and then it will just be 6 feet of snow probably. Otherwise, I would possibly suggest somewhere, possibly one of the German tracks, the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit, or Hockenheim. Chiefly because you can get the fans from France, the fans from Belgium there, trying to avoid making World War II jokes. You could, it's not too far from the UK, so it's not so far to travel for all round. But probably weather aside, Silverstone would probably be the best place to be. Let's end this fan formula video. On to some other stuff. Personal news: I managed to go down 2 belt notches. My belt is 2 notches tighter than it was at the start of the year. I don't feel much there, but according to I can only go by what my belt tells me. It does up 2 notches tighter, and I can get into some of my shirts with an 18-inch collar. It's only half an inch smaller than what I've been wearing normally, but it's progress, I guess. It's progress. Just got to try and maintain the progress. Try and not let anything get on top and wear me down. There's such a bad euphemism in that, I just realised. Storm Space News web. I cannot believe I've got a bill for the website, and I can't believe it's been up for a year. It's been up for a year and still no further with the website. If you're any of the fan formula reps or people who are someone who's just looking to do a little bit of fun voicing on the side for fun, just costing for nothing, send me a tweet and I can give you a bit of the script to read if you want. Or it can be a guy who can do incredible falsetto, and just someone would be good to do that. Yeah, so I think that's about it. Usual problems at work, but not problems, just... Okay, I know this is going massively off the fan formula topic, and a lot of people aren't probably going to watch this video and not give 2 shits about it in the first place. But I don't understand with some customers, particularly if they're on the phone, I don't understand why they think if they kick and scream, shout and demand from managers, etc. I can't understand how they think they're going to get treated any better. For the most part, you just if someone called in and if for example I called in to my colleague Ian and I start kicking and screaming, all Ian's going to do is get cross and not treat me very nice. Whereas if you come on all nice and chatty, etc., etc., it's all fun and games. The call gets dealt with nice. You make the agent feel nice. The agent makes the customer feel happy. Everything's sorted. Nothing. He's also got a colleague who keeps making. It's not mistakes. He just flat out doesn't do his job properly. I've caught since the start of January. I've caught 10 of his mistakes. And we're not even 8 weeks through January. That's 1 mistake a week I've caught, and my colleague Ian, he's also caught about 5 or 6 of his as well. It's like, I'm sorry, I know we're short staffed, but there comes a point where he's just not doing his job. He's got to go. But I don't know. It just gets on my nerves anyway. Oh well. Now that's hot. Anyway, well, better stop rambling on. I better stop rambling on and go find something else to do. What that is, I'm not sure, but anyway. In a bit.